was saying earlier, this is a piece I did a while ago, and I haven't done any editing or revising onto it yet. And I kind of just want your opinions first on what I should do to it before doing anything else.
Wait, what's the purpose?
The purpose of this piece is to demonstrate how awesome Super Noodle Jr. is.
What feedback do you want?
What kind of feedback? Any you can name.
And also, what is the genre?
Genre? Fantasy story.
Fantasy.
A classic and little story.
Or that. You know, some of the characters in this piece. And the piece. Super Noodle Jr. One day, Noodleville, two police noodles were drinking coffee and eating donuts when a fake alarm went off. Ring! The police noodles rushed to the scene of the crime. At the crime scene, they found two bankers crying like babies. The police asked them why. One said, "Mr. Meatball took the dynamite movie." "Oh, that's terrible," said the police officer. "That's like the least thing. That's the least thing. That's like the stupidest thing you could say." Meanwhile, Mr. Meatball was yelling at Meaty 1 and 2. Meaty 1 ran and put the diamond of Noodly in the Super Laser Canyon. The Super Laser Canyon is pure super evil. The Laser Canyon will turn an ant into a monster. Dun 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 dun. Mr. Meatball took his ketchup gun and told all the meaties to use their ketchup guns to shoot all the noodles. Soon there was chaos in Noodleville. Noodle cars were crashing, noodles running around and screaming. The army noodles.
That's so cute.
I know, right? Marched into battle. Tanks fired ketchup. Noodles falling suddenly, Super Noodle flew into battle. He threw 140 meaties and knocked out 100. 3 meaties tried to get away, but Super Noodle tackled them. Super Noodle soon won the fight when a beam of light hit a building. The building came out of the ground. The building roared, "Super Noodle, I'll crush you!" Super Noodle got ready to fight the giant building monster. The monster's foot almost smashed him. But he flew out of the way and punched the monster. Super Noodle flew past the monster's leg. The monster tripped and fell. Super Noodle won. The end. See you later, people.
Wait, can we see a picture?
Okay, people.
Oh my god.
It's a germ.
I like the French one.
Yeah.
I know what to do.
It's a germ.
That's actually
Don't do it.
Do you want feedback on your piece?
nah. Actually, yeah, sure. I'll do it.
It looks shiny.
Okay,
Your piece is very interesting. And
what was
you
that?
know what? Come back.
Okay, Brandon.
I think you should add setting in your piece because and I think it's really rushed.
Especially.
I think you should slow it down, put some thoughts into Super Noodle.
So add setting and internal thinking.
Yeah.
Jackie.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
Who's Jackie? You.
Hi, Jackie.
Okay, Amelia, can you carry on, please?
Jack. Okay.
Just a slight noticing I took into mind. The title is Super Noodle Jr., yet Super Noodle Jr. never exists.
Technically, I shortened his name to Super Noodle during the story because it was too long to write Super Noodle Jr. over and over again. So, are you excited?
Yeah.
So,
So,
I'm
I'm
already
curious in the story, is it Super Noodle Jr. or is it Super Noodle?
Okay, it's all the same person. Super Noodle is Super Noodle Jr.
So, Jack, what is the confusion and how do you suggest you clear it up?
Super Noodle Jr. sounds to me like it would be Super Noodle's son.
He was after Super Noodle got eaten.
When did Super Noodle get eaten?
Before the story.
So make a story.
Okay. Okay. Lisa, what's the feedback?
First of all, I was confused which Super Noodle was the main character in the story, Super Noodle Jr. or Super Noodle. And then he said that Super Noodle got killed or eaten. So I said add that in a prologue.
Okay, so add a prologue.
So add a prologue, maybe introducing the characters more.
Yes.
I
Ethan,
think that
David,
I think you need a new idea in your own room. Because why are you writing about noodles?
He's a real.
Noodles taste good.
I
Okay,
agree.
so
Why are you talking about people eating?
Okay, so I think you should at least just make them people.
I'm enjoying the noodles more.
Okay, but if you're gonna keep the noodles, then you should at least make an ending where
Everyone dies.
Everybody gets eaten.
okay, so there should be an ending where all the noodles come together and then they're like, oh, let's go in the pool, and they hop in the pool and then they get eaten. Like, you know, like
Sauce pool.
yeah, like, it's like jump in the red, jump in the red pool or like yeah, something like that, and they're like, oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's a recommendation for how to wrap it up and conclude it.
Jonathan, Allison.
Okay, so I think you need a conclusion because you're just like the monster trips, the end.
I'm not done. Are you done?
Not really.
Well, if you're not
I
done,
need
then
someone to take up the rest of the page.
you said like the end or something like that, so I got a bit confused.
Yes, he said.
And I think for your ending, you should add more about like all of the noodle guys come together and they dance, and then a guy just randomly comes out of nowhere, who's basically God,
Me.
and eats all of them.
Okay, so one voice at a time, please.
So, I think I agree with Brandon. I think that you need setting, and I think that you should describe like Super Noodle's like family, like if his dad's like a French fry or something. Just a suggestion.
Okay, we got time for like 3 more.
Daniela, then Georgia, Ina, and if there's time.
She said,
So, I like your piece, and I think that you should. Okay, I think instead of saying that they trip the monster, that they should get a tree and trip the monster and get string and tie him up, and then they get so they celebrate and like even said maybe like go and wait their noodles, right?
Yeah,
So go in like
sauce pool.
yeah, exactly, in a red sauce pool, and then something happens like the Pops commercial, like there's this guy with the spoon and it just like eats them all.
So it sounds like a lot of people are suggesting plot twists that take place in different settings. So maybe you need to add in different scenes where the noodles are in different places.
Sure. Georgia.
Okay, thank you, Reno.
What I think you should do, because you asked for feedback, so, because it's noodles, and you said you like to eat noodles, I was thinking you pretend that, so first you're like, hi, I'm Emilio, and I'm eating noodles. And then you have this whole story about the noodles, and like, their world is your bowl of noodles. And they are the noodles.
that you left under the
And
bed.
things happen, and then people keep disappearing because you're eating them. So then everybody, like the bank robbery and everything, like people were disappearing, and the money was disappearing because you were eating it.
That would be a great mystery.
And the people, they like the bank robbers are like, oh, like the bank
Giant
people were like,
silver
oh,
thing.
somebody robbed my bank, but it's really them who just got lifted by the spoon with the money.
Giant silver thing came out of nowhere and took the money.
Okay, and time for 1 more.
Ina.
I like your piece, and I really like Pierce's idea. And also, maybe you should give names to the noodles. Like just say like police noodle and
Meatball 1 and 2.
yeah, that. And also, maybe you should like describe the history of like the village, like have they had like encounters with them before,
And
or is it
villain.
just like a noodle?
History of spoons.
Once upon a time.
All right, so describe the history of the village. All right, up to Emilio.
Yes, the